Hello everyone and welcome back to Bobby and Cece. Today we are going to be doing a Tabletop K-pop, but as a Mask With Me edition, and our beautiful guest today you have already seen is Kelly.
Hi!
And possibly also Maggie in the back.
Here, let me just move so you can have
guest.
some.
Yes, a floof.
A floof.
So, we have Kelly back with us today because we are going to be talking about concert experiences, and she has been to every single one of them, pretty much, except for one. So we figured she is the perfect guest. We tried to get Nikki as well. She ended up being busy, but maybe she can be a future guest, too. Anyway, so we are going to be talking about all of our K-pop experiences, who we have met, who we have run into. If you would like to like the video, if you like K-pop or masks, because we'll also be talking about the mask that I ended up buying today. Also, subscribe, like, comment if you have been to any K-pop related situations, concerts, gatherings, because we're going to be talking about both. And I would love to hear your stories. The mask that I purchased literally like 2 hours ago is... I think the brand is Be Happy. It also might be okay, I don't know. But it has little to no information that is in a language I can read. So what it says is purifying, color-changing mood mask with uplifting grapefruit oil. Whatever that is supposed to mean. I don't know what's uplifting.
And obviously it's made in Korea.
Yes.
So that's like part of the reason that we're like...
Yeah.
But also, we just want to see a color change.
Yeah, because on the front it says changes color on skin, and it looks like it's going from green to blue, but it actually says on the back that it changes from blue to yellow. Feel free if anybody else wants to see if they can find a claim on here, because
I can't read Korean, so I bet I won't find it. Yeah, it doesn't say anything.
Well, cool. So it's going to smell like grapefruit, potentially.
Revitalize your skin and brighten your mood. How does it know it's going to brighten my mood?
The other thing I know it says on there is you can leave it on for 3 to 10 minutes,
cute.
But we talk for like 2 hours, so you'll get to the experience of us leaving it on for probably 30 minutes, and you'll see if our face burns off or not.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Yeah, and I have sensitive skin, like we know, so if it burns off anybody, it's going to be me.
Yes. Also, we should probably talk about Kelly's skin type, because we have not done skincare stuff with her yet, so if anybody has a skin, that's if you're sensitive.
My skin's weird.
Thank you.
Like, really weird. I can wear makeup every single day for, like, 3 weeks, and my skin is like, thank you. I appreciated all of that abuse. Thank you so much. And then I sit there for, like, a week and not wear makeup, and I instantly break out, and it's awful.
So do you have that same problem with skincare?
Yes.
Have you been doing skincare lately, or else your face is going to hate you?
Yes, I have been trying to do it every single day.
Trying to do it every day does not mean succeeding every single day.
Does not mean succeeding, no.
I'm not succeeding.
All right. I'm also not succeeding. I wash my face every single day. I just don't always, like, do all the extra stuff. I'm like, oh, moisturizer it is, and then leave. Like, all done. All right, so no, I can't find any other claims on here, but it does say it's against animal testing and suitable for vegans. So if you are either, like, hating on the animal testing, as we all should be, and if it's important for you that your mask is vegan, this might be an option for you.
Oh, I should also state, I purchased this at Ulta. I know I said I went to Ulta. I want to say it was like $12, somewhere in that ballpark. So not a super expensive mask if you are trying to be on, like, the cheapie and still hopefully getting something that works well.
And it's a big bottle. And if you're one person using it, that'll probably go pretty well.
Right. It's like the length of my face if you would like some context for size. It also has cute grapefruits all over the bottle. With that being said, let us crack out our mirrors and we will start applying and actually talking about K-pop things.
Yes, actually talking. We'll see how the actual talking goes because, can't do nothing right.
I've never put on a mask in front of a camera in my living room, so... Sure, that seems like
a
enough.
lot.
Texture.
It's like a clay mat.
Do you need all that? I'm just wondering. I feel like you're not going to use all that.
Now that you said it, I am.
Well, might as well go ham.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's like way more slippery than I thought.
Do some ASMR, like...
Oh, it does smell like grapefruit.
Oh, I smell it now.
Oh, it smells good.
Ooh, yeah, that definitely smells like grapefruit.
It didn't smell like anything in the
Oh,
bottle.
and it's turning yellow already.
All right, blind again. Ignore me behind this big mirror. I promise I'm doing
Oh,
things.
yeah, it is already turning yellow.
Right, purify my demons.
Seriously, me too. Me too. All right, so like to start our K-poppy in situationies. So listen, Linda, my Englisher has not been working very well. We all know this.
Sorry,
I have been struggling in my life. So the very first K-pop concert that we went to was BTS. Insert the everybody, oh my god, I love BTS.
And that was... What year was that?
2017.
2017. Okay,
Kelly
so that
knows
was,
all these things.
That was March of 2017. The reason why I'm pretty sure she knows that is because her boo, that's when she was introduced to her girlfriend. Because I bought my ticket separately from Bobby and Kelly because Bobby bought Kelly's ticket for a present, I believe.
Mm-hmm. No, it wasn't for present. Kelly worked for that.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Kelly babysat my kids.
So
She earned
I
it.
bought a ticket as well. And Nikki was like, oh my god, I want to go. Because Nikki went to my high school. So and was in classes with my sister. So that's how I kind of knew who Nikki was. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to drive down there. Do you want to come with me if you get a ticket? And she was like, hell yes, I would love to go to this. Because at the time, she was like J-Hope stan number 1 all over. Like her whole universe was J-Hope.
Yeah, what's happening?
So we ended up, then Bobby was like, you can just drive with me and Kelly. And I'm like, sweet, cool. We're going to have another person. And they're like, okay, cool. And that's how
All about saving money.
all of that happened.
Mm-hmm. And so we went to that BTS concert, and Kelly's boo, and I don't mean her actual real life girlfriend, I mean the one that she wishes was truly her one true love, Taehyung. He is her ultimate bias. V is like the Taj Mahal for Kelly. He's like the biggest, baddest mamma jamma, like nobody's better. So, Kelly was like, must go, must see. I will die if I don't get to meet my husband. I need to do this. This is really important to me. Let's make this happen. So the only reason that I was going was because Kelly was a baby still and was not allowed to do that kind of stuff by herself. You were what, 16? 15 or 16?
And the other thing I'll say, we live in the Midwest of all Midwest, like literally the center of the United States. So no one comes anywhere near us.
Yeah, we have
So
to travel.
for us, our traveling is like a 10-hour drive, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Which
Really
is
takes
why,
forever.
like, it's not like Kelly is, like, unable to do anything. It's 10 hours away, because we go to Chicago, so,
Yeah,
like...
Chicago is the closest place that they do concerts. And, so when we were going, I'm the oldest. I have been, I will be, forever and ever, amen. We went, and I drove. Kelly was obviously there, and Nikki and Cece, and we drove those millions and millions of miles. It wasn't millions, but it's a lot. It's a lot with 2 kids, because I brought my kids to drop them off at my mom's house, who lived in Iowa at the time. So we stopped from Sioux Falls into Iowa, and then we went over to Chicago, and we'd never been to Chicago before, and let me tell you about how mind-blowing it is going somewhere when you're from, like, you think Sioux Falls is big. Nobody out there thinks Sioux Falls is big, but we thought Sioux Falls was big. It's not.
Yeah.
It's like a blip on the world.
It's tiny.
It's tiny in comparison. So when we're driving up there, like driving into Chicago,
And mind you, we got there at, like, freaking rush.
Yeah.
we sure did. And then we were like, oh, let's go to the hotel. At first we were going to go to Chinatown, but we sure didn't. Then we turned our asses around and went right to our hotel to start getting ready. And thank God we did, because we barely finished.
Yep. Well, and we had to go get food, too, because I know that Nikki, the whole car ride, love you, Nick, only ate sugar cookies. The whole freaking car ride. And I don't know why. That was the only thing she wanted to eat.
And anytime anyone offered to buy her food, she's like, no, I'm fine.
Just eating.
I'll
And
just
they're
eat
not,
these.
like, the good sugar cookies. They're, like, the really shitty ones with, like, that gross icing on the top. Like, that, like, 2% of
really
the
soft
population
ones.
likes.
Yuck.
Like, not for me, I don't like them, but she was like, give me the whole package. So that's what she ate, so we had to go get food too. And then we were getting ready, because we like to look cute, because that could be my future husband I'm meeting, and or wife, depending on who you're going to. So I need to look hot, like stunning, like fire, okay? So we take forever to get ready. Plus, Bobby takes 8 years to pick clothes.
Truth. 100% truth. Okay, I wore Kelly's shirt.
Yep.
Cece's pants. And
There's a fun story about the pants.
What else? Somebody else's clothes.
Was
I wore my own underwear and
someone
stuff,
else's
though.
shoes?
Maybe the Cece's shoes, too? I can't
Maybe.
remember.
I think they
it
were
was-
my
yeah.
shoes. You've
Yeah,
worn
they
my
were your
shoes
shoes.
like a couple times.
I have. It's fine. Okay? K-pop style and me, not the same. Because I was, back then, much more homely than I am now. My style of clothing that I already had did not suit the K-pop style, which is what Kelly had and what Cece had. So literally, they're all out looking hella cute, friggin' dressed just like K-pop idols, and then there's me looking like a frumpy mama. Like, it wasn't cute. So I cried a little bit, and then they came and saved me by giving me their shit.
Yes, so she ended up wearing a pair of like green pants of mine that I no longer own because by the end of the concert, she had pissed her pants in my pants, and I'm like, you can keep those.
I did not pee my pants. This is making so bad. I had to pee the whole concert, and it was impossible to get out, it was impossible to get back in. So I had to pee really bad, and I just I couldn't hold it. I couldn't hold it completely, and so by the time I made it to the bathroom, don't worry, I did not actually full-blown release on...
She did not release the Kraken into my pants, is what she's saying. Basically, it was just like a couple drips, like drip drop, and then done. So, what was that also the concert that, oh, by the way, since we're talking BTS, I have little things from every single time we went. So, we bought these, or me and Kelly bought these, I should say, and Nikki, I think, bought the version 2. Is this version 2?
Version 2.
Okay, because I think they have 3 versions now. So, this is version 2 of their, like, little light stick. And they had little bags for different sections. So Kelly has a red one.
A red one, yep.
Because I was in the balcony, and they were, like, way closer than I was. So my bag was blue, so in my section, you would, like, light it up, and then everybody's lights
For the Rainbow Ocean.
Turned blue. Or red. Or yellow, or whatever. So we
And then
have
the
those
pit,
as
I
well.
know, was pink. It was like a whole rainbow, and then the pit was pink.
Yeah.
And was that the concert that it was raining outside, and Kelly had to put a thing on her head?
Kelly forgot to set her face, so there was drops, but she cried, like... I don't know, 3 songs in. As soon as Taehyung did his solo,
Yeah, because this was Wings era. So
Yeah.
that's when everybody had their own separate, like, it was the first time all of them had their separate songs.
yeah, they all had their own song. And the concert was amazeballs. Like, was really, really great. They are way better performers in person, so I highly recommend going to see them. And even though BTS is not anywhere near a top group for me, it was a really good concert. And,
it was.
And Kelly cried, I think, the whole time.
Almost every single song I probably cried.
She was sobbing the whole time. And I'm like, are you going to make it? She's like, just hold me up. So I literally was like holding her up by the end of the concert. If you're wondering why I peed my pants, because I was literally holding another human being the entire time. I mean, like straight up like holding an infant. I mean, she literally was like on me, like
I was. It was great. I didn't have to stand the whole time.
literally slave. And I'm pretty sure I wore heeled boots.
Yes,
You
you did.
Because I'm a moron.
Yep. So while that was happening in their corner, in my corner of the world, there was a J-Hope stan, or no, a Seokjin, excuse me, Jin, a stan, so close. But this girl, let me tell you how many times she screamed, spit on me.
Everyone has their fetishes, I'm just saying.
No. Because
That's
I like Jimin, so I was dying when... Actually, with Jimin, too, stage started on fire.
Yep.
Yeah,
Tried to put the stage out of fire. Bless their souls. It was hilarious.
It's because he's so hot.
Yes.
I mean, obviously he ignited the fire with his
But a speaker started on
sexiness.
fire, and he went to go try to put it out. It was great.
It did not work out so well.
No.
So a staff member had to come over and help him.
Yeah.
It was
a whole situation. It was funny. But Kelly and I, we were... I mean... What was the arena that was in? I can't even remember.
The
Allstate
Rose... No, the Rosemont Theater.
Yeah,
no, that was Monsta X.
Monsta X. It was at the Allstate Arena.
Yeah.
It was a big place, okay? Well, Kelly and I were in that middle section, so here's the floor, then there's the one that goes this way, and then there was mine and Kelly's section. We were, like, in the middle front of that section, and usually the stadiums go like this. I don't don't even know. Can you see
It's
like
like a
this?
horseshoe
Like a horseshoe. And me and Kelly were like up here. So we were incredibly close to where the actual stage was. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to get V to notice Kelly literally screaming over his name over and over again at quiet times, pointing to Kelly like, your wife is here, come retrieve. And I swear to God, he nodded like he could hear. I mean, he was like, okay, bitch, I got you. Shut the fuck up. Like, you're ruining my mood. Because he literally was over and over and over and over again. I'm like, Kelly, he saw you. I saw you. Because I was working so hard. I mean, it was like every time there was like some silence, I'm like, babe!
And then there was a whole like moment when everyone was literally just standing there and me and you were just jumping as high as we can with our hands up.
Right, and I'm like,
every time that we would jump up, he would like kind of glance over and like stop and then like keep looking at everybody else, and I'm like, I'm dead, peace out.
I had a whole
No
goal.
more.
That was my whole goal. I can apparently collect V's attention to get some
That's a
attention.
really good segue to something we've already talked about, which is the next concert, and how Bobby couldn't collect herself in a Gucci.
I could not collect myself in Gucci, okay? I cried.
Picture yourself in the Gucci.
Kelly's gonna walk in here and die.
Since Kelly is here, I want her to, like, because she had, like, basically a blackout in the Gucci
Well,
when
she
we went
also
to
was the
Monsta
one
X.
who, like, saw them. Like,
Yes.
Kelly was, like, the spotter. She was, like,
Yeah, because
K-pop.
it was me and Kelly, and we were, like, holding hands or walking next to each other and ended up holding hands because she, like, died. Like, died. Because who was it who walked past us? It was Kihyun and someone else.
Kihyun, Wonho,
And Minhyuk.
and Minhyuk.
Mm-hmm. But we were walking out, and they were walking in, and I just remember Kelly, like, collapsing and just, like, had my hand, and she was like, ugh.
I also remember, like, viciously, like, hitting you, like,
And then, of course, they have to turn their asses around because I'm still in Gucci.
Yes.
Okay? I'm still pretending like I can afford to live this luxurious life, which is obviously not. But all of a sudden, Kelly comes over to me, and she's, like, grabbing me and shaking me. I'm like, oh, my God. Bobby, Wonho's in here. I'm like, Wonho, what? She's like, Wonho's in here. And when you're excited, you're like, and you're like, what? I'm like, Kelly, what are you saying? And then she grabs my hand and they whip me over to the other aisle and like walking around. So if you've ever been to the Gucci in one of the malls in Chicago, it's like a circle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so the circle, I'm over here, Kelly runs from the door to retrieve me and walks me around this way. And so we're walking up this way of the circle, okay? And Kelly grabs my hand and I look back and guess what? I died. Right there. I almost died on the floor. Like,
She was on the floor.
I pretty much was dead. Just pretty much dead on the inside because Wonho, man.
Yeah. See, and I'm not a Wonho stan, but, like, I had previously really liked Minhyuk, and then I saw Kihyun walk in the store, and I'm like, that's my bitch! He's my bitch! Beautiful boy. Beautiful. Well, because my reaction, which I don't think I talked about, is I saw Kihyun, and I was looking, and I did not recognize him because they had face masks on. Mm-hmm. And I didn't recognize him, but I did see, like, obviously the top half of his head, and I was like, that's a really pretty boy. Like, he's really cute. And then Kelly started dying, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, like ding, 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 ding.
No wonder why I thought he was pretty.
Wonho didn't have a mask on though, just
No.
the other two.
Yeah.
And they had like hats on, or maybe it was just Minhyuk, he had a hat on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was hard to notice. Very hard to notice.
He was trying to stay like, and then there's Wonho out here in the tightest shirt he owns and walking around like, look how sexy I am.
Yes.
I'm like, yes, you are.
So, while Bobby was dying in a corner, Kelly and I we walked past them, and I'll just let you tell, because this is, like, the best moment to ever happen. Like, it's great.
We decided to, like, walk back through to just, like, get one more glance before we just, like, let them have their space, because we wanted to be respectful.
Before I let you finish this, we were with another group of girls, too.
Yeah.
This was a concert we went to with another group of girls, and they were also still in there, so we were trying to, like, collect our group and, like, leave, so we weren't being annoying.
Yeah. So, on our last little, like, journey to go see them, yeah. Struggling a little bit. I need these. I need these.
These are the dry wipes.
Okay. So there's like this little like shoe rack kind of thing that goes like towards the front door, and there's just a bunch of shoes and like some fancy coats and stuff, Gucci, whatever. And so Wonho is standing right here, and there's like this much space in between the entire shelf that I cannot move, cannot escape from, and him. And yeah, so I tried to just like book it, and it didn't work, and I kind of felt like a hockey player, like just shoulder checking somebody, but it probably wasn't as aggressive as I think it was, because I blacked out, can't remember half of it. So
basically she shoulder checked Wonho.
Yes. Yeah.
But, you also want to, like, have your 5 seconds of, like, without being obnoxious, because we're not those kinds of girls. We want them to have their space. We want to be noticed. We want them to know we love them, but, like, hey, boy, we love you. Not like, oh, my God, touch me, love me, hold me. We do want that, but we just don't do that to them.
We want them to ask for it.
Yeah, we want that. We want it to be consent.
And then later, apparently, we found out that in a Disney store that someone just walked up to Wonho and was like, can I get an autograph? And he was like, yeah, you totally can. And I'm like, I hate my life. We could have just walked up to them.
Right. Well, so when we were in Gucci, when we walked past Wonho originally, he was walking over. So they had like little culverts inside of that Gucci, and he was going over to the men's shoes culvert. And he walks into the men's shoes, and we're walking in front of him, and Cece and Kelly and me. I know I was holding Kelly. Maybe it was just me and Kelly. I don't remember. But Wonho was behind us, and I looked behind me, and he looked, and he smiled, and then I died, and then we made our way around the little dude, and then I started bawling.
Yes.
I had I have never been anxious or had panic attacks or anything like that, and I had my very first panic attack. Right there, in the middle of the store.
Crying. Like, and it was
bawling.
Like, loud crying.
Sobbing. Like, I couldn't control it off, I couldn't turn it off. I was like, psh. So then we all walk out there, and I'm still freaking out and feeling completely pathetic. And I literally was like, this is the lowest I've ever gone. This is literally just a man. But my body and my mind was like, not just a man. Not just a man. And then so Kelly and Sister are like, well, we gotta go get them because they're still in there. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And Kelly wanted me to go in there with her. But I was like, in no condition.
Yes.
So then Kelly and Cece went in there to go do that. And then we inevitably got all of our group out and we started walking around. Well, we broke in half. Because let's just say the other side of the group we were with were not
as respectful.
Really friends with us.
Yeah.
I think that's a better way to put it. But we kind of went on our own. We actually ended up seeing Wonho again. Mm-hmm. He was in a Nike store, and he was, like, checking himself out in the mirror, and let me tell you how cute that man is, checking himself out, smiling at himself.
Yeah, he put on a cute little red sweater.
Oh, my gosh. So cute. Well, he ended up buying it. His like, person that he goes with ends up buying it. Well, we walked into Nike, and pretty sure that he's like, oh, that's the ridiculous sobbing girl. Hey, that's the girl who body checked me, and that's the other girl who was checking out my friend.
I was also very noticeable because I had the same exact hair color as him. It was the all black with, like, the blue, kind of, but mine was a little more vibrant than his was, because I actually had, like, bright blue and green, and his was just, like, black.
Right. Well, and I had on a shirt that Bobby had bleached that literally had a big-ass X on it. Like, from Monsta X. Like, I almost wore my Monsta X shirt, and I kind of wish I would have, because I was going to wear what I was wearing to the concert. And I ended up not wearing it, because I'm like, it's a skirt, and I don't want to wear that into a store, and I'm like, worn it. It'll look so hot.
Right. Well, and then so
they would have known.
We were in there, and we're standing in front of this pants rack because we're trying to be noticeable, but not too noticeable.
Right.
And so I'm like, how'd I look in these pants? And I pulled my leg up over top of the thing, and then you can hear him chuckling. Like, he was clearly watching us. And then his lady went to go check out with his stuff, and he was, like, in a rack by us, and he definitely knew that we were there for him. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
He's not dumb. They're not dumb. They know. And he's, like, looking over, and then Kelly catches a glimpse of him, and what was he doing?
He was, like, doing that man flex thing where they just, like, do this, and you can see all the muscles, and you're like, dead. That.
And then we left.
Yeah.
Yes. Because we're not rude people.
And all of this was actually before the concert, because we got smart and started coming earlier than, like, 2 hours before the concert started.
Right.
So we had time to go shop. And then we actually went to the concert. And I will say, honestly, nothing super memorable happened at the concert. It was a great concert. The only really memorable things that happened, I was closer. I sat by myself. I was by myself again. I've sat by myself for a lot of the concerts. Just because we buy our tickets at different times and it's easier because we like to save money here. Wonho, so this is when Shine Forever had came out. And because this was the summer, right? This was like a couple months. It was like in June of 2017. And
it's in July.
Yeah, July.
Something like that. And Wonho, right at the end of the song when they do that to the floor thingamajig, fell hardcore. And everybody's like, oh my God, like, is he okay? And I'm like, oh, poor baby. He was okay for the rest of the concert, but that had happened at the beginning. The other thing was that they were tossing out candy at some point, and like Wonho had chucked one far enough for me to grab it, and I like fucking dove. I was like, gotta get this Tootsie Roll that I don't even like because he touched it. So, otherwise, the concert was
Yeah,
good. It was good.
When you have that kind of adrenaline dump before, everything else is like not as great afterwards. So I feel like I should have been more affected by it, but I still cried.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't cry to the point where I had to be held up, but Kelly held my hand the whole time. Because Kelly and I sat together for that one as well as for the BTS concert. And so Kelly's holding my hand. And I'm pretty sure I wore somebody else's clothes for that too.
I think it was mine again.
Probably.
Because you didn't want to wear that shirt, so you're like, can I borrow? And I'm like, I brought 7 outfits, because that's what Cece does.
So and plus, Cece always got my back. Like, we wear similar-ish sized clothing, so one of us inevitably wears something that belongs to the other one, because at a later concert, Cece actually wears something that's mine.
Right. And usually I borrow, like, jewelry from people, because I don't wear jewelry.
I also don't wear jewelry, so we just sharing all over the place.
We mix and match.
That's right. But for that one, it was a really good experience, but I almost feel like the BTS one was better, and I don't know if it was better for me because Kelly was so affected by the concert that it was just more enjoyable to watch somebody else suffer, or like, I don't know, but I feel like I should have been more affected than I was.
You were also farther away than I was.
Yeah,
I
we
feel
were
like
in
the
the back.
closer you get, the better experience that you have, because you
Probably.
can see it way better. Because for me, BTS, I loved it. It was a great time. But I was like freaking all the way in the back by myself, not knowing anybody. So I could like squint, and I'm like, there's ants down there. I see you. And that was it.
It was a lot bigger stadium, so I think that, like, me and Kelly were probably the same amount of like, farness away from Monsta X as we were from BTS, but the size of the venue was just so, like, Rosemont Theater is, like, a little guy, and then the Allstate Arena is an arena, so it's, like, in comparison, so.
But it was a good time. I think we should probably start wiping these guys off. So, to save our faces, because this is dry.
Yeah, it's crusty dusty.
We're going to start taking these off. I'm going to go wet some washcloths, and we will be back. Hello, we are back, and we are taking off masks. Bobby's face was...
My face is not as happy as everybody else's face is, but again, I have sensitive skin, so that's why.
We also did leave it on for way too long.
Yeah, we did. But we're going to hit on a couple little
Blips.
side notey dealy bobbers real fast about things that we forgot, because Kelly is not rude and doesn't want to interrupt where I get no cares. So Kelly's going to tell us a little bit about her her extra things, and then we're going to talk about something that's not a concert, but it's still K-pop related.
So for the BTS concert, it was like, I think, less than 10 rows in front of us. There was the YouTuber...
Like 6 or something. It wasn't very
Yeah,
many.
it wasn't that many. But it was Hey It's Faye, the YouTuber, and I met her. I have a picture with her.
Yep.
And she complimented my lipstick. I was very happy about that. And then my other extra thing was before the Monsta X concert, when we were at the mall, Cece decided that it was a fun idea to go, hey, Kelly, the floor is lava.
On an escalator.
On an escalator.
You're welcome.
So I booked it and ran up the escalator and jumped into a trash can. Then probably less than 5 minutes later was when we saw Monsta X.
But after that, we did make a lot of references to being trash, and we still do.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We also
Because we are.
we also dedicated ourselves at the Monsta X concert as the Snake Brigade.
Yeah.
And there was so many, like, snakes and stuff, probably because there's Gucci there, but, like, even on, like, the ceiling, we were like, oh my gosh, it's the Snake Brigade. So if you ever hear that, like, that's us.
Let
We're
us know
snakes.
if you want us to change our channel name. If this video gets over 100 likes, we will change our channel name
To the Snake Brigade.
And we still have that Instagram page.
Oh, Snake Brigade. I mean, there was a few of us for a minute, but, like, we're all that's left. We're all that's important. Anywho, so we also did another thing that is not a concert, but is K-pop related. And Kelly was the one who actually introduced us to this
Thing.
I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what to call
It's a
it.
festival.
Midwestern K-pop festival.
Yeah, which is in Minneapolis, which is like the only other place that K-pop-ish things happen. So we went to the MKF at Kelly's like request.
Still lights up.
And we made a whole thing of it. It was us, and then also Nikki was with us, and they have like a meme that they've made out of me going like this.
Yes.
It's awful.
Is Megan there yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Megan came with us.
Okay. We also had a friend, Megan, who came to us to some of these concerts. I think this was the first thing that Megan went to with us.
I think so too.
Yes, it was.
So it was a group of 5 of us.
Because I was just starting to be friends with her at the Monsta X concert.
Mm-hmm.
And so she wasn't able to come.
But and I mean, Kelly met some dude.
Yeah, you met Jay.
Yeah. Dre, yeah.
Dre,
Yeah.
excuse
And,
me.
Kenny.
Yeah,
I met
Kelly.
those two.
Kelly met people.
Yeah.
We didn't.
because I
We
know-
waited for
Well,
everybody
wasn't one
to
of
get.
them the MC?
Yeah, Dre was.
Yeah. So he emceed the whole thing, but basically what that is, if you have never heard of it, which I wouldn't be surprised if you've never heard of it.
Especially if you don't live in the Midwest.
There's a school in Minneapolis that does, like, puts this on every single year, or tries to, where they take all of their people who are in their dance program or whatever, and they do covers of K-pop dances.
Yeah, MKDC is what their dance crew is called.
Yeah, so they do covers, and it's actually really cool, and then they have competition and pick a winner.
And but at that event, they pick their winners and do their competitions, but they also showcase the stuff that their dance crew is capable of. And they have they have ones for people that are in school, but they also have like a junior version that has high schoolers that they performed for us. They did Red Velvet, Red Flavor, I think. That's the only one I remember.
They did Crayon Pop.
They were so cute. There was like 5 girls. It was like 5 girls.
Barber,
it was really cute.
But a cool thing that you can do, which we thought for 5 seconds that we could do, and nope, was you can try to do it and enter the competition just like as randos, because we're randos. And we thought
somebody came all the way from Chicago to be a part of it. And the people who won, came from far away.
They were fire. But
they were really good.
We thought that we could do that for like 2 seconds. No, we can't. Maybe Kelly can, but I can't. I sure can't. But
depends on the song.
That was something we attempted to do. We didn't actually learn anything.
Yeah, we didn't get very far.
We got to trying to put songs together, and we gave up.
Yeah, we sure did. It was hard. Megan was the one who was trying to put our songs together, and no song really mashed together that well.
I'd made a couple that were bomb, and it was great. I matched all of, like, the audio clips were perfect, and then also, like, the dance move transitions matched together. I was very proud of myself, and I have no idea where the heck that thing went. It's probably on my phone still somewhere.
Maybe if we find it, we'll, like, pretend like we know stuff, and you can watch us looking ridiculous and pretending like we know things. Me and Cecil will be back here in the background, like,
we know a couple things. We know a couple,
right, but not any songs that she's going to have in that compilation. Because I know we were working really hard to try to get an Ace song in there, because Ace is, like, next level on their dancing.
But we're
not. And, I mean, we're not.
These units
here. This one, capable. Not as capable. Not as capable.
We do other things.
We do other. That's right. Oh my God. All right. So, anyways, we are going to leave you hanging about the next 3, 4, whatever, however many that there are, and we will have a second video for you. So this isn't like a series, but it's like a series.
There's going to be a part 2.
A part 2 of our concert experiences and our experiences with idols, because this next section is actually a lot more experience.
Yes,
than,
a lot more.
Than the ones that we've previously talked about.
Touchy.
Oh, yeah.
Not in like a weird way, but like, hello, I can hold your, I can shake
like
your
holding
hand.
An actual conversation with someone.
Yes.
Right. So, if you are excited for that, and to watch our second series, listen to more K-pop things, us do more Mask With Me, us have more Kelly, then like and subscribe and comment, all the things. We want you to do all the things.
Yes.
And then we will see you next time.
All right. Goodbye. Bye.
The only guest that matters.
My cat is just typing a bunch of cues onto Bobby.
I'm telling you. Please paw at it so I can die a happy death.
When David is playing his game, like his farming simulator game, there'll be sheeps running around on the screen, and he'll try to go bat the sheeps. And David says that he's hurting them.
That's so cute.
Honey.
This cat.
The culprit of the cues.
Culprit of the cues.
You're so cute. Is that why you put a bunch of cues? Because you're a cutie? Okay.
Squeakers, really?